Are you ready?
Ready.
Okay, I'm going to try to get the live through Facebook. Meeting is now live streamed. Okay, everyone. Hello, this is Dr. Jennifer Gardella, and I am here with Coral Gables car accident attorney Jeff Davis. Jeff, how's Florida today?
Well, good afternoon. Florida is hot, hazy, and humid.
That's what I have heard.
The summer has begun.
You guys just went through that great time of year when it's phenomenal to live in Florida, and now you kind of pay for the price for it a little bit.
Those are our best 3 weeks.
So we are here today to talk about and to help individuals understand the complex process of getting through a car accident issue where they may have been injured in some way. That's one of your areas of expertise in your law firm. So first of all, why don't you go into a little bit about how you help clients and how someone can find a great attorney to work with after they've had a car accident?
Well, we have offices here in Coral Gables where we see and visit with our clients 24/7. And we have Spanish speaking availability both in the office and through service. One of the things that I tell all my clients in the moments following a crash, realize that what decisions you make right after the crash are going to be affecting you throughout the case. So think about things and don't act on impulse. For instance, shortly after the crash, people have a tendency to want to just be done with it, get it over with, have it behind them. But in truth, a lot of the decisions that you make are going to affect you not only physically, but also financially. And so I always tell my clients, look, if you've been injured in a car accident, get yourself medical attention. If the police want to call an ambulance for you and you're feeling injured, if you're feeling ill, if you're feeling hurt, or feeling that you're not remembering things, a lot of folks bang their heads and they don't remember. And they say, no, I'm fine. That's the worst thing you can do. Get checked out. Get checked out by EMS. And if the EMS officials, the personnel, the rescue folks tell you that you need to go to the hospital, go to the hospital. Don't worry about your car. Don't worry about that appointment. Don't worry about whatever it is you're worrying about. Worry about your health. That's primary. And one of the things I tell clients is people don't realize you should give your automobile insurance information to the hospital or to urgent care. Don't give your health insurance. You can give both, but primarily the first insurance benefits are PIP, personal injury protection benefits. They pay the $10,000 limit of your medical bills first. So I always tell clients, if you're going to urgent care, give them your auto insurance. And they say, well, no claim's been set up yet. That's okay. The hospital can set up the claim. The urgent care center can set up the claim, and or I can set up the claim for you as soon as you've had your care and treatment. The next thing I'll say is at the scene, don't volunteer anything. Fully cooperate with the police, fully be honest, but don't volunteer anything. Don't say, maybe it was my fault. Don't guess. Don't start making stuff up. Don't apologize. Wait until the police come. Get as much detail as you can from the police. Usually they'll give you some information, such as an exchange of information, or sometimes some police departments even print things out and hand them to you right there at the scene. That's going to be very important. Gather information. If you're not seriously injured and you're able to, take out your phone, photograph all four sides of your car, front, back, each side. Photograph the other guy's car, all four sides if you can. If you can take video of the scene and surroundings, do a 360 and do so. You want to see if there's buildings nearby that may have cameras on them, because cameras can mean surveillance film, so we can capture sometimes the actual accident. Also, if people come to the scene, ask their names. get witness names. If you can get witness contact information. If not, photograph the car that they're in so you get their license plate. People at crash scenes, it's very chaotic. They don't always remember things. But if you take a picture of a license plate, we can track that witness down. Eyewitnesses, they sometimes just run up to you and say, hey, are you okay? And if you say yes, they're like, okay, great, I'm gone. But if they saw the crash, they can be so helpful, especially if there's a contest. Take a picture of the light, of the traffic light. I want to see where that traffic light is in relationship to your car. If there's any skid marks on the ground, photograph it. If there's any debris on the ground, photograph it. Make sure that you take as much of a recording, of a video evidence as you can, because it's going to come in handy, I promise you. Shortly after the accident, I want you to notice things about yourself. Are you feeling dizzy? Are you feeling like you have a headache? Are you feeling sore? Are you bruised anywhere? If you're bruised, take photographs of it. If you're feeling like you're just not remembering things, I want you to call your family doctor. Your family doctor may not treat accident-related injuries, but many times your family doctor will serve as a way to refer you to the appropriate specialist. If you're not remembering things, or you're feeling dizzy, or you're feeling lightheaded, he or she may refer you to a neurologist. If you're feeling radiating pain or tingling or numbness in your arms or legs or in your back or neck, they may refer you to an orthopedic surgeon. I would much rather see my client referred to a specialist by their family doctor rather than me, the lawyer, for many, many reasons. Jennifer, did you have other questions about this?
Yeah, that was incredibly complete. Fantastic. So then how does someone go about finding the right attorney to work with after they've been injured?
So, you know, we practice throughout the state of Florida in my firm. So we have offices predominantly in Coral Gables, but also use an office in Broward for meeting clients as well, in Fort Lauderdale. However, if you go online and you look me up, Jeff Davis, or my law firm, Jeffrey R. Davis, PA, you'll find that we have been in business for about 38 years. I'm board certified in civil trial law. I am also actively practicing only in one specialty, and that's plaintiff's personal injury. So you want to look for things like board certification. I'm board certified. That means that I've taken extra training, extra testing, and have been certified by the Florida Bar as a specialist. I'm allowed to call myself a specialist. Most lawyers who are not board certified are not allowed to do that. And when you want to get somebody that specializes in one particular area, your type of accident case, you don't want somebody that does wills and trusts and real estate and divorces and everything else. You want somebody that just does what you need. When you hire a person like me, I understand what it means to coordinate insurance benefits. I understand what it means to make sure that your medical records are obtained and that your bills are getting paid. I understand what it means that if a doctor needs you to be referred to an appropriate specialist, we work with those specialists, oftentimes that, will get you the exact kind of care you need. I find it incredible that many of my clients tell me they call the doctor's offices, and the minute they say, oh, I've been involved in an accident, the doctor says, well, we don't handle accident cases. Well, we work with doctors that will, and you'd be surprised. So many doctors they're litigation adverse. They don't want to get involved in cases.
Right.
And you need to work with doctors that are not only willing to treat you and provide you with the best level of quality care, but also that if your case does get litigated, that they'll come to court and testify on your behalf and teach a jury, an educated jury, as to what has happened to you. Medicine is very complex. And, in order to have somebody that's a person that can explain your case, explain your injury, explain your damages is vital. So we work with board certified orthopedic surgeons, board certified neurosurgeons, board certified neurologists, board certified physiatrists, which are doctors of physical medicine and rehabilitation. So we'll put together with these doctors the things that you're going to need to present your claim, such as a life care plan. You know, people might not be familiar with that. There are certified life care planners that help establish what it's going to cost for
Right.
someone to receive medical care in the future. That's very important. We work with economists that project costs and expenses, not only for things like medical care and treatment, but other matters, including lost wages. So there's many things that you should look for when you are searching for a lawyer. I would say the best place to start is the Florida bar. Look that lawyer up. Make
Right.
sure that lawyer has no disciplinary history.
Right.
Make sure that lawyer's never been suspended. You want to get a lawyer with a clean record. I have a clean record. You also want to get a lawyer that's involved in organizations that support their practice. I'm a
Right.
member of ABOTA, the American Board of Trial Advocates. I'm a member of the Dade County Trial Bar. I'm a member of the Florida Justice Association. These trade organizations, if you will, or voluntary bar associations, help lawyers like me learn what the best practices are. We learn the latest changes in technology. We learn the latest and updated changes in legislation and laws so that we're kept current, so we know how to best serve our clients. These are vital things to do. You don't want to get a lawyer just because, you know, your Aunt Sally or Uncle Joe told you that they're good. You want to do your homework. There's so much
Absolutely.
information available online now for the average person to just do a little research. It's really important. Google me and Google any lawyer that you're thinking of using. Are there articles about that lawyer from clients that show that they were happy? Are there reviews that show that that lawyer never returns phone calls? You want to know these things. You want to know who you're getting involved with, because chances are your case is going to take a little while if
Right.
it's handled properly. So
Wow.
one of the things I tell clients, first question I get almost every time I sign up a new case, how long is this going to take? And it's a fair question,
Very.
but it is. But it's not an easy answer. And that's because it really depends on when you reach your maximum medical improvement. When you reach a point in your medical care where you've reached a plateau, you're not going to get any better. You're going to either need maintenance or your care is over. That's the time to proceed, because then your medical bills are in. Then a doctor can give an assessment of your prognosis and assign any disability rating you're due. The American Medical Association puts out a guide to the evaluation of permanent impairment. And they say historically that it takes about 6 months from onset of injury to conclusion of care to really give a person sort of a full look over, you know, the benefit of that time to heal. So that's essentially what I tell most clients, give it at least 6 months.
Great. And then during that 6-month time, if they are, not progressing and then they start to work with you, do you usually talk with the insurance companies first? Are we headed right to court? What happens?
I always talk to the insurance companies first, and let me tell you why. Litigation is very expensive. Not only does the attorney's fee change, it actually goes in Florida from 1/3 to 40% once a case is in litigation, but also the expenses mount considerably. You have to pay process servers, court reporters, expert witnesses. You have to pay for depositions. You have to pay for filing fees. You have to pay for copy costs. And the costs, they mount exponentially. And so what we want to try to do is always give, whenever feasible, the client the best opportunity to resolve their case early on to a place that's appropriate, but early enough so that the cost to them won't be that great in fees and in expenses. That will maximize their recovery and allow them to get more money in their pocket.
Right. Well, you've answered all of my questions simply by sharing your expertise. So I thank you very much. You are incredibly thorough guest here. Any final thoughts?
No, but it is Miami and it is a little after 2, so it's time for my cafecito. Okay, thank
We
you
just
so
have
much for your
water
time.
here.
Different part of the country.
Exactly. Okay, well, everyone, until next time, thanks so much for tuning in.
Thank you.